Hitting for 7. Oh, Licolitos. Now there's some damage. Or like, what's that infomercial? That's a lot of damage. Get wrecked, Goldspan deck. LOL. Hello, good game. Welcome back, ghouls and goblins. Thank you so much for taking the time to support the channel. I hope you all have a magical day. Tropic Thunder version 2, Simic Tempo back on the menu, right? We're gonna break down the deck list, talk about the strategies, synergies, have a card discussion, weighing our options through what we do have available to us that has an impact within the meta. We're gonna showcase all of this, of course, within the gameplay footage and then wrap up with our final thoughts and deck review. Whew. If you find any value within the video, drop those thumbs off down below. It really does help support. And let's take a look at the deck. Tropic Thunder version 2 is a 60 card best of 1 standard deck with an average mana value of 2.1, 16 creatures and 24 non-creatures sitting on 20 land, but we have some module faced cards within Walry's Rune and the Disruption here acting as that land source, bringing us up to 23, and it's a very light deck with the 2.1, and we really want to be focusing on not drawing too many lands, right? We want interaction every single turn consistently, so we trim a little bit of land. That's gonna help us there. Moving forward, your top strategies and synergies here are to hold up your mana, play on your opponent's turn, right? With the exception, potentially, of turn 1 and sometimes turn 2, right? Obviously, Delver of Secrets does not have flash, nor does the Suspicious Stowaway within the list. The Stowaway is in here because it's just a powerhouse, right? Cannot be blocked, consistent damage. Also, it will draw and discard as the Daybound. On Nightbound, just draw, no discard. Very, very good, right? So we can get into that Nightbound by not casting on our turn, right? Just the Werewolf or the Stowaway, and casting on our opponent's turn to get around that, which is really cool, right? So it's the Delver of Secrets turn 1, Stowaway turn 2 if you can, and then it's counter magic from there, interaction on your opponent's turn. We have bounce effects, Fading Hope, really, really cheap at instant speed, 3 or less, we get to scry 1, which is nice. It does bounce any creature, but if it is 3 or less, you get to scry. So an additional little bit of value there for us, and that scry is super duper helpful, bringing us into our next turn, more interaction, potentially something like a Quandrix Command, returning creature or planeswalker to its owner's hand, countering target artifact or enchantment spell, putting 2+1/+1 counters on target creature, or shuffling 3 target cards from a graveyard into their library, which is really cool, right? So grabbing some more value back if we have nothing else to do. Most commonly, the +1/+1 counters on a unblockable Stowaway or a flyer, and then bouncing a creature or planeswalker back to its opponent's hand. We can also counter like the Meat Hook, artifacts, enchantments, Feladar's Retreat. There's some annoying things here, but we also have other forms of counter magic that can take care of those as well. And we only have so many bounce effects, which is really good within opening up our attack lanes, right? Creatures with reach, creatures with flying have got to go so we can get in with that damage, which is really nice. We have consistency draws with Consider. It's really cheap. It's easy to sneak in on top of something, setting us up for our next turn. It's basically a Surveil. They don't call it Surveil, but look at the top, send it to your grave if you want, and then draw a card, right? So you can leave it there, setting up a transformation for your Delver of Secrets into the Insectile Apparition, which is really, really cool for that flying damage. We also have other flash creatures that we should mention within Spectral Adversary for 2, a 2/1 with flying. When it enters the field, you can pay 2 any number of additional times, putting that many +1/+1 counters on the adversary, and then phasing out that many artifacts, creatures, or enchantments, right? So you can, again, open up your attack lanes by getting rid of your opponent's reach and flyers. You can also protect your creatures and other things from removal, which is pretty cool. Through that phase out ability, I really like it. Plus it's, just consistent damage. And then we have Bounding Wolf, a 3/2 with flash and reach for 3. A really cool sneak in there. There's lots of flyers that are super annoying right now, and this is gonna help shut them down. Of course, the +1/+1 counters can go on the wolf, and this is gonna be a 5/4 with reach, which is nice. But again, those +1/+1 counters, if you're not playing defensively, should maybe go on the Stowaway for additional damage, or one of the flyers. All right, so we have counter magic now within the deck as well. Decisive Denial, Non-creature unless they pay 3 plus the fight effect on a buffed up wolf, potentially, right? Really, really nice here for the ability to do both, right? We have Walrus Disruption, counterspell unless they pay 1. Flip the Switch, counterspell unless they pay 4, and create a 2/2 with decay. Really, really nice. And then, you know, the interaction of the Memory Deluge, if we're not countering, we're not playing creatures, to draw some counters, to draw some creatures, and maybe even some bounce effects as well, right? So really simple deck. We have the Lair of the Hydra in here as a creature land, the Snarls, and pathways for consistency. I believe I've mentioned everything, and there's no sideboard, no learn, no lesson. And so within today's video, hi Maya, how are you? You can get some laps in? Yeah, within today's video, you'll see Maya, I'm sure. But we run Test of Talents in the deck for a little bit, right? And we do not run into an all-run deck at all. No all-runs. We take Test of Talents out because it's a dead card against mono green, stuff like this. All run, all run, all run, all run, all run. So, Test of Talents is on the menu, but it can sometimes be a dead card. However, when people are copying All Run's Epiphany, you know, it just shuts it all down. It's a must-have. So, maybe version 3 is a best of 3 build, right? Where we can finally put a stop to the All Run Epiphany decks. That will have to require some more input on potential sideboard additions, right? So while we all take part in today's matches, let's keep an open mind for some really cool sideboard additions that would be relevant within the current meta. So thank you all again so much for your time and attention. I really do appreciate it. You guys as a community are absolutely amazing. Have a magical day. Enjoy today's gameplay footage. And of course, you know, we'll wrap up after we're done that as well. Let's go. All right, let's go. It is hours before the season reset. I want to get some content done because you never know how slow I'll be. Reaching Mythic with a new season could take 10 hours, could take 20 hours. And that's a lot of time for me. So we want to get our work for the day nipped right in the butt here, and revisiting one of my favorite decks so far. We've made a couple tweaks, couple upgrades. It is the Tropic Thunder Simic Flash, also known as Simic Tempo. So we put in a flyer for free. Blue source in, hit for 2. Pass our turn, so it's like counterspell, you know, bounce spell, counterspell, creatures. We don't mind. You can take it. It would shut them down, though, but meh. I'd rather stack a creature. Put that Bounding Wolf in play. Hit for 5. Hold the Disruption. Yeah. It's a pretty greedy hand, but if we can make it work. I want to use a Disruption here. I want to keep Flip the Switch and Command for later. Okay. Not tapping out with another creature because they have open mana. Just swing in for another 5. We should have played the land. Because then we could still have counter magic up with the denial. My bad. We should have played that land, you guys. That could make the difference between a win and a loss. I was being greedy, but it burnt us. We should have played it. Okay, that's all right. Just please don't crush the weak. Then we're going to have to restart. You still have 8 life. Fading Hope is good. right? It's not bad. Okay, we're still in play. We recovered from that little oopsie whoopsie. We were being greedy. We should have played the land and we could have, you know, had them down to 3 life right now. I'm gonna play another adversary. Hopefully we don't get burned. We can counter unless they pay 3, so if it's a 3 mana spell, we've got it. If it's a 2 mana spell, we're screwed. Let's decline it. Just hold up our counter magic. I don't think they crush the weak. And they can't pay for this. So this is just a counter spell. Right? It costs 3, not 2. We get lucky. Did they have their own counter magic? They do. Warrior's Disruption. But now they're tapped out. Right? Which is pretty good. We're still sitting on this hard counter spell, which will give us lethal. And we just missed lethal. We could have hit with the lair for 3. Oh no, that would only have been, never mind. This is only 2 damage. That would only have been 5. And turn, and we have counterspells, right? We're okay. We can phase it out, and we have a counterspell. Use the counter. Actually, no, we can't use the phase out with the counterspell. The mana is not there. We could phase out and work in a Fading Hope for a total of 5. Or else it's adversary counter. Adversary bounce and tokens. Or not tokens, counters. A different kind of counter. LOL. +1 counters instead of a spell counter. It's kind of crazy how they're both referred to as counters. Can be confusing if you're new, I guess. They have 4 life left. 6 mana in play. And, you know, we drew out that counter magic last turn. So we should be good. We would have already had it if we played that disruption earlier. But we held on to it like a ding-a-ling. And then we could only single cast the turn after, and we got lucky with that other counter. But again, you know, we'll use up that value eventually anyways. That's 7. Wow. It's a lot of resources. Cast a massive spell, bro. Your biggest spell you've got. Let her rip. If they have a counterspell, that's the rest of their mana, and then we just have Fading Hope. Unfortunately... Yeah, that doesn't copy our spell, it's their next instant or sorcery. But maybe that's all they had. Our opponent goes first. And is missing a 3rd land, but I think we'll get there. I like the stowaway on turn 2 more than the adversary. The unblockable's nice. And it's going to help us hopefully draw that 3rd land. What does mono green foretell? I don't even know. It's got to be an All-Runs Epiphany and their Simic deck. Take the damage. Doesn't look like a Blizzard Brawl. They didn't cast, which takes us to Night, which is just a draw, no discard. Pretty cool stuff there. Hitting for 2. They grab a Forest. We draw. Just gonna play the land. End our turn. And then flip the switches open. This turn's a little suspect though, but we can Adversary. And then hopefully find a bounce spell for whatever they do at... Oh! Wow, this is lucky for us. They're just hitting for 2 the entire turn. Beautiful. Okay. Adversary out. We get the land organically. It's the wrong color. So I will attack first before we play the land. Try to pick up a forest here. No. So island in play. End our turn. Well, look, it's mono blue tempo, everyone. Oh, man. Where are the forests? We have counter magic up, so we're safe. And I don't mind. Like, we are definitely winning this race. They got their blue source, though, finally. I will just put the counter on it. Just phase out their land. We get our green source. It's funny how we had the exact opposite thing happen to each other, right? Nice hit here. We get the draw. Another land. Beautiful. And turn, and like, how do we lose this? You know what I mean? I don't think their land is still phased out. I think it's back. It's just got the thing on it for some reason. Right? The animation. Cultivator. Okay. Yeah, you settled down there. Let's counter it. And then we can counter their counter. And smash for lethal. Got him. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. I am loving this deck. That's nice. It's better, I guess, to stumble on mono blue in this build than mono green for sure. And probably the opposite for them over there. They go first. We have to mulligan this. There's no land. Keeping this. Turn 1 Delver. Turn 2 Dispute. I'm going to toss the wolf. For now. It's not that I don't love you, woofers. Oh, we should have thrown a land away. Dang it. I already miss you, woof. We'll see you later, though. Right away, apparently. This pack leader sucks. If they Blizzard Brawl me, I'm gonna freak out. Dang. Dead card against mono green. I'm gonna get rid of Test of Talents. Me thinks it's a scam. Hit for 3. End our turn. We have counter magic up. Right, I want to be countering all run, but it's like, where are you? Take your draws. Big hit. Hopefully they don't play anything. I guess it gets in. Wolf out. Hit for 6. Go straight to damage. Let's see what happens here. Put the counters on the flyer. They may remove it if they have a Blizzard Brawl or something, right? I'm sure they'll draw one here. We don't have any counter magic for it. Right, and they can Blizzard Brawl and then just replay the Mammoth. Down to 5. Oh no. Right when we don't have Denial open. And they get the Blizzard Brawl. Good game. Alright, so... going first, I mean, we don't have our Delver, Sag, but we've got some adversaries. And, that's gonna help out. Let's try to upset the dragon here. And the dragon's so, like, you know, last summer. I don't mind it. It's a pretty cool arena. I think the only interaction within this arena, though, is the Dragon Eye. Like, you can wake him up. Bug him too much. Or you just stab the dragon in the eye. You know, repeatedly. That's going to be good for everybody involved. You know what I mean? Bull, where are you? Trying to play a match. Are you there, sir? Lady, sir, maybe? Gentlewoman. I heard that the other day and I was like, yes. Instead of ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen and gentlewoman. Just better. Bruh. 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 Are you there? Oh, my lantern. And watch them just start playing right away. Just brutal, right? What is that? Gross. Some of us have content to make. Right? And now they play quick as can be. You had to give them a couple minutes to log into my Twitch stream, load my hand up, take a little peeksy-weeksies, make sure that they're in a good space with their hand before they need to mulligan or not. Yeah. Or maybe they just are like on a totally different schedule. Oh no! You got my adversary! I like the jelly like sleeves. That's actually pretty cool. Ooh. Bro. Bro. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Why are you doing this to me? Why are you doing this to me? We have a Delver out. That's gonna change the game. Turn 4 Delver. Yes. Taking control. Boom. You know who you're gonna have to deal with? Another adversary. Reveal. Yeah, we did. And now you face the pain. Thanks for the update. I'll restart after I mop the floor with this scrub. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Settle down, you guys. Not being serious. Don't care. I'll just attack for 5 damage every turn and take lethal in 3. And counter your spells. And counter your spells. It's a song I like to sing. Yeah, take a turn off. I think that's helpful. Boop. Actually, cancel. We're gonna do it on the adversary. Beep. So I don't think they have anything. And now we have the power. Hitting for 7. Holy Toledo's. Now there's some damage. Or like, what's that infomercial? That's a lot of damage. Get wrecked, Goldspan deck. LOL. What is this, 9 down to 1? Woo! Somebody picked with the wrong streamer today. Just stop it. If we don't have casts, we do have the Deluge, but if they have open mana, I don't want to do that. Oh, this is the most rewarding match of my entire life. God bless. Another Goldspan Dragon dealt with. That was amazing. All right, we're on the draw. Sucks. But, you know, maybe we can make this work. I doubt it. They're playing pretty quick. 3 land disruption can stay. We'll have to keep fading hope. Just ignore the Twitch, I guess. Use consider here. Oh, 2 of them. You dog. Decline. I think that's a good card. Disabling new matches. Alright, well, let me finish this one, please. Is there removal on this? Guaranteed there is. Pass turn. Just hold up the disruption. Hit for 2, down 17. Interesting. Again, just kind of passing over. I think it's really important that we protect this stowaway from their removal. It's going to generate a lot of value for us, I think. These eye twitches are the most annoying thing, but hopefully Quandrix Command can just get in their way. Right, so now we can go in with the stowaway. And at least counter one of their removal tries. Obviously, they could do it here on our turn and then again on their turn. With their untapped mana, so... Oh, they just counter it. Wow. So they sacked a Twitch. Like, I'm just countering this. 100%. And then that's like free removal. They get to learn, but there's no treasure, there's no double draw, and they lost a creature. I like it, I like it. We're gonna roll with it. It's gonna be okay. Relative term. This is what we get. The Goldspan boys are linking up together in the chat room. They're like, hey, you should have seen what HGG did to me last match. You got to go out and get him. We need vengeance. Delver out. It's good. Pass our turn. I mean, we can bounce the dragon a couple times. I mean, they're just going to replay it. But, hey, you know. Or do we just try to race it? Let's say this transforms. They've not played, so it would turn a knight. We'd hit for 5, 6, 7 with the command. This could be really bad. They could remove the stowaway. They hit for 1, down to 9. It's not the end of the day. They play something else that doesn't have haste. I hope. And then we can counter the... Oh, God. Careful what you wish for. Oh, that's not the greatest either. Let's kill the low. We have 5 mana. So let's throw another stowaway out, and then it's just to flip the switch on the dragon. We're getting hit for 5, though. Right, they only have 3. Okay, here comes the turn. 2 cards left in their hand. They should start thinking about defending. No blocks. Oh, down to 4. Oh. Sad. So we could hit for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Not gonna do. I think we need that extra defender. Let's see what we draw. Shoot. We should have went in with both. We have a nice fight on a spider. Should we just take that now? And we have a nice bounce on a spider. It's really good. I wish we'd have drawn that. It's okay. If they have another Loath for 5, they have 8 to counter it. Maybe they spend mana before the Loath. Not great. Kill the Menace. That Predator is ultra annoying, but we can bounce it. Oh! We can't bounce 2 of them. Yikes. Down to 3. Yes, but we're still screwed. We could swing in for 3, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11. It sucks that these are in daytime. Maybe we get something better than a Fading Hope. Get those lands out of the way. It is better. Because we can keep this... Well, no. It'll still die. Shoot. Maybe the Scry would have been better because it still dies. But we can shuffle back. That could be good. Are you freaking kidding me? Good game. Good game. Holy Toledos. Holy Toledos. Bye-bye. We're not doing anything there. It's just too much. It's just too much. Right? Like, we're still... We block the dragon, we take 3, 4. Right? We block the other one, we take 4. 5, actually, so... Gross! There's too many dragons, man. They're getting revenge on us, though, I'm sure of it. Going first with no turn 1 Delver. Thank you! About time! Where have you been? That's what we want all the time. Hello, good game. Let's see if we can get away with it. Aw, land. Get out here. We don't want you around. Reveal both of these with a counterspell. Right? Counterspell off the top. Well, kind of. Not really. For 6. Beautiful. End our turn. We could instant speed fight the Innkeeper. Let's see, though. Probably protecting ourselves against removal is more important at this point. Right? Like, our 6 damage way offsets how much they're gaining. This is a 3-color deck. Salt Eye, black, green, and blue. So far. Yeah. Get countered, bro. Stopping the removal. Hit for 1. Down to 7. They could wipe the field here. In slow. Hit for 1. Memory Deluge, we're open. But they don't have it anyways. And yeah, we grab a Fading Hope there and a Wolf, I think. We're good to go. They go first. We're going to toss, needing better land, and obviously turn 1 Delvers. Deluge can go. It's a little heavy. Right, we just want that 3rd land. Consider can help us find it. Turn 1 Sentinel is really good. Almost as good as a turn 1 Delver. But let's see if it reveals an instant or sorcery. Transform, Gruul Ramp. Hit for 3. This is a good hand. Sucks that they have creatures in play. Let's see if we can get there. They have 4 available mana, potentially 5. Temir. Green, red, and blue. There's 4 up to 5. Chariot, oh god. So they gain 2 life here. They get there before our counterspell, because they're on the play and they've got ramp, right? How am I ever supposed to deal with that? Whoops, we were actually meaning to keep that. I'm just so distraught from this chariot. Whoops. It should have stayed there to transform the Delver. Watch, we get burned now. Yeah, we do. We do. And the life gain they have is just silly. So, if we don't counter... I think the Adversary Inn is not as good. Like, we really want to counter, but they know we have it. But we do have 2 of them. Yeah, no life gain. Do they have their own counter magic? No. One Innkeeper, maybe we can deal with. 2 of them, not at all. And next turn they have an Allrund, which is just like, leave me alone. Hit for 6, down to 14. They're up to 17. That is good. Land out, swing in. Oh, it's decent damage. Down to 9, like... It gives us lethal next turn. Oh, no it doesn't, because the stupid Innkeeper. But if we can get around that life gain... Like, so we're gonna phase out their creature. Here it goes for all the biscuits. Hit for 7. Oh, they have the reach too. I forgot about the Sentinel. Shoot! No, we can bounce the Sentinel Fading Hope, which they know we have. And they just tapped it, but they take all around. Oh! What a broken card. And then Storm the Festival. That's actually pretty funny. Stop it. Alrighty, so I don't know what to say. It's just the arena algorithm, I guess, or the reality I'm creating for myself is more likely. The test of talents with no Auron's Epiphanies, and then, you know, you take it out and then it's just like all around city. Wolf. I think that maybe tempo is best in best of 3 right now. It's hard to say, because then we could really, really fine-tune these counter spells, right? Negates, counter target creature spells for, like, instead of, like, we could tune it down, right? We could make it more friendly, more consistent, tighten the loose screws, if you will, through best of 3. So I want to know what you guys think that we should do with the deck, right? I really do think that this is close. Divide by 0 probably should make its way into the build. Did Suspicious Stowaway carry enough value? Now that's something I'm trying to consider as well, right? Just going through my thought process with everyone to wrap up with these decks. I want the intro or the outros really to be enlightening as to my thought process as to how it performed and where we'll go into the future. Obviously, a turn 1 Delver is just ridiculous, and then the bounce effects really help support it. Quandrix Command on the Delver is basically just bread and butter. Adversary is there, and the Wolf for that top end, right? The land is as good as it's gonna get. Memory Deluge is really good, but I think we could find some time for Divide by Zeros as well. Do we drop Consider and take Divide by 0 instead? That's an option. A little bit more expensive. The lessons are not super relevant because they're all sorcery speed. We won't really be casting many of them, so let's keep that in mind as well. However, you know, if we had 5 and a counter spell, we could get the +2/+2 or draw and scry. So there are options, but I would love your guys' feedback, right? Of course, I'll work with a couple things. I'll continue experimenting, and we'll touch base again in version 3. So thank you all so much for your time and attention. I really do appreciate it. I hope you have a magical day. Cheers. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, become a patron if you want to support the channel financially. It really does go a long way to the longevity of the channel, and we'll see you soon in the next deck.